Today, we're going to tackle a budgeting method that can honestly completely change your relationship with money. It's called zero-based budgeting. And the idea behind it, well, it's simple, but it is so powerful. You give every single dollar you earn a specific job to do. But first, let's talk about a feeling I think pretty much all of us know way too well. You know the one. You get paid, you're feeling good, and then you blink, and it's like, where did it all go? I mean, does that sound familiar? You're maybe a week out from your next paycheck, you glance at your bank account, and you're just wondering how on earth it vanished so fast. It is such a frustrating feeling, right? But the good news is there's a really straightforward solution. And that solution is this powerful concept we're talking about today, zero-based budgeting. Think of it as a system specifically designed to make you intentional with every single cent you earn. So, okay, what exactly is it? Well, with a traditional budget, you might just kind of track your spending and then see what's left over at the end, right? Zero-based budgeting completely flips that script. It makes you plan ahead. You give every single dollar a destination before the month even starts, whether that's for bills or savings or, yeah, even your fun money. This is the heart of it, the golden rule right here. Your total income minus all your planned expenses has to equal zero. Not a little left over, not negative, zero. Every single dollar has a name on it before you even spend it. Okay, so that's the what, and it sounds simple enough, right? But how do you actually do it? Let's get into the nuts and bolts and break it down into a super clear 4-step blueprint. So here's the game plan, the 4 key steps. First, figure out exactly how much money you have coming in. Second, you're going to list out everything that's going out. Third, you assign all that money a job until you hit zero. And finally, and this is key, you track your spending and you adjust along the way. Let's dig into each one. All right, step 1 is all about building your foundation. You gotta know your starting number. And we're not talking about your gross pay here, okay? We're talking about your take-home pay, the actual amount that lands in your bank account after taxes. Oh, and don't forget to include any extra cash you bring in, like from a side hustle or something. Okay, next up, you need to list, and I mean everything, you spend money on. It really helps to break it all down into categories. You know, your essential needs, your savings goals, your fun wants. This is where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Every coffee, every single subscription, every little purchase, it all has to get on the list. Because those little things, they add up fast, and in this system, they all matter. So now, let's see how this all clicks together. Let's just say your monthly take-home pay is $3,000. First, you'd assign money to your absolute must-haves, right? Your rent, your groceries. Then you'd put money toward your big financial goals, like tackling debt or building up your savings. And then finally, whatever is left over gets allocated to your wants. And what's the goal? To get to that perfect bottom line, an income of $3,000 minus expenses of $3,000 equals zero. Now, this last step is absolutely crucial because let's be real, a budget is not supposed to be a rigid prison. Life happens, it's unpredictable. So say you accidentally overspend on groceries by $50. With this method, that's okay. It's not a disaster. You just have to decide where that $50 is going to come from. Maybe you pull it from your entertainment fund for the month. See? You're not feeling your budget, you're just moving money around. So we've gone over the what and the how, but now let's get to the most important part of all, the why. I mean, why should you even bother with all this? What's the real payoff here? And this right here is the real magic of zero-based budgeting. It completely changes the game. It takes you from being a passive observer of your finances to being the active CEO of your own money. You are the one in charge. You're telling your money where to go instead of scratching your head wondering where it all went. This lets you spot those little financial leaks, get way more aggressive with your savings goals, and really truly decide what's important enough for you to spend your hard-earned money on. Of course, like with any new habit, there are a few common pitfalls people run into when they're just starting out. So let's talk about them, so you can sidestep them right from the get-go. Yeah, there are 3 big ones to watch out for. First, don't ignore the small stuff. You know, the daily coffee or that little snack. They will absolutely derail your budget. Second, don't be too optimistic. You gotta be realistic about your income and your expenses. And third, please don't forget about those irregular expenses, like holiday gifts or car maintenance. Plan for them. Set a little bit of money aside each month so they don't surprise you. And hey, here's a pro tip to make your life a whole lot easier. Don't feel like you have to do this with a pen and paper. Unless you're into that. There are tons of great apps out there that can automate a lot of the tracking for you. And just remember, the goal isn't perfection on day one. It's about consistency. Just stick with it. All right, so there you have it. We've covered the entire blueprint, the what, the how, and the why of zero-based budgeting. You literally have a powerful framework now to take complete control of your finances. And that really just brings us to the final, most important question. I want you to really think about this. Whether your goal is paying down debt, saving up for an awesome vacation, or just building that emergency fund, you are now the boss. So what's the very first job you're going to give your money?